Become a monster. What you normally hear from people is that you should be a harmless, virtuous person, that you should be happy where you are, that you should try to compete with others, that you should be aggressive and all that. That's wrong. What you should do is that you should become a monster. You should become a monster and then learn how to control it. But you should turn into a monster before you sheath it. See, it's like working out. You put your muscles into different stressful situations where you perform different exercises for the same muscles. You constantly shock them with new exercises with time, so they break down, and with the help of protein it grows back bigger and stronger. See, you should do the same for your mental strength. When you put yourself into new situations, your brain is exposed to new challenges, and so it adapts to them and becomes stronger. They like competitive men who are always on the hunt to grow bigger and better. Women like to keep them tame as the men are fighting new challenges every day. If you're not dangerous, you aren't a high-value man either. You will be just left vulnerable to the vultures of the world out there who are bloodthirsty. You will be devoured by them if you aren't dangerous. Being harmless isn't virtuous, but you are virtuous if you are a monster inside but civilized from the outside. That's because you are keeping that monster within you tame and controlled. See, being a monster is necessary to be a hero as well. Sometimes you have to break the rules for the better, as otherwise you wouldn't be able to do the right thing. Sometimes you don't really have to play by the rules and bring out that inner monster to fight off the hyenas in the world, and you can save someone from them. They constantly find a chance to challenge someone there either physically or mentally, and they get expelled or suspended for it most of the time too. See, a harmless person wouldn't do that since he will be afraid of the consequences, but those students who aren't even kicked out, most of them you can see develop themselves physically and mentally and become really strong. They go out in the fields and do hard jobs which require a lot of effort and under the scorching heat of the sun. Do you think a harmless person will be able to do that? Absolutely not. He will be afraid to be exposed to new situations. That's exactly the difference. Dangerous and strong men aren't afraid of the new challenges and situations that may befall them, but a harmless person will always think 1,000 times before exposing themselves to the challenges of the world. You can look at the story of Beauty and the Beast for that reason. That's how life works. The solution essentially to the chaos and tough challenges in the world is to literally just face them head on. You'll have to fight it to get rid of them. See, when you face the challenges life throws at you, and don't hold back like a coward hiding in a hole like a rabbit. And do you really even want to live like that? Hiding from every challenge that you come across and being afraid of it. You should face and take on the challenges so you can adapt to them and become stronger. See, by facing it all, you might be even bigger than them, and then they will not bother you and will look forward to new challenges that may come your way and befall you in the future. You start from smaller challenges and tough situations that riddle you and you overcome them. And then you meet new challenges after that. Though when one starts to hit some challenge or a roadblock and comes back from it to seek a shortcut or an escape from it rather than facing it, you might be able to do that once or more, but it gets a lot for him too at a certain point. When you constantly run from problems and avoid facing them, they will catch up to you at some point, and then that will be your doom. You should never run away from challenges that life throws at you, and instead face them head on and not shy away from them. You can never grow that way and will only grow weaker against them. See, in this universe, you can't be hitting brakes when you see a roadblock, but instead you have to speed through it. But how will you be able to do that? See, one of the ways is to face it. You have to face the truth, whatever it is, and oftentimes it is a bitter truth, but you have to face it in order to grow stronger than it and be able to accept it. They might even be very frightening. You will become dangerous as a result, and a monster from within that must be in your control. You will learn how to keep a leash on it and only unleash when necessary and right. That will make you stronger and will give you strength as you fight the demons inside you that have been troubling you for so long. And contrary to popular belief, vile and criminal acts are not the result of that strength and monstrous power within oneself. It is actually a result of the weakness that comes in people who don't face the demons inside of them. When they don't conquer themselves and don't fight off the demons inside of them, and so they submit to them, they submit to evil that they could otherwise fight off if they were stronger and dangerous as a result of facing the chaos. And so one should also look into themselves for the potential that might have been locked away in their knob. One should face the resentment and see what you really are. Knowing yourself is really important. Having a monster within is also really important, since only then will you be able to fight off the evil in the world and choke the vile snakes that are everywhere in this world. And so remember to be willing to face the tough situations and resentments head on to adapt and become much stronger. You should always be willing to face the harsh reality in order to be able to do something about it.
That was it for this video. Be sure to hit subscribe and take a look at the other videos on the channel. Like the video too, as it can help the video reach more men looking for a purpose and direction in life.